It's a great day, my amazing CEOs. Once upon a time, there was this famous pizza place called Sbarro's, by the way, and it faced a huge problem. It had been a favorite in malls for many, many, many years, but suddenly things had changed. Competition, well, it was picking up in the pizza industry. Folks, they weren't really as excited about going to the mall to have dinner or to get a meal, by the way. So Sbarro's, it was sinking fast like a ship that just had a big hole in it. There was no way it was going to get out of it. Did you know, just point of information, that Sbarro's went bankrupt not once, but 2 times? I mean, in a short period of time, like in 2011, they filed bankruptcy, tried to get it together, worked as hard as they could. The markets changed, the industry changed, and competition was coming in. It was a lot of moving parts, just like any CEO has to face when there's change. But in 2014, they were once again filing bankruptcy. Now, can you imagine trying to go in and save a company that had filed bankruptcy twice within 3 years? The struggle was real. People were no longer interested in mall food courts. Not to go get some pizza, no way. So Sbarro needed a plan. So enter Jim Greco. Now, Jim Greco, he said, I've got an idea. Now, he's a CEO, says we've got to change not only our sales strategy, but we've got to have a plan. So he put together what he called himself the 100-day plan. He says, give me 100 days. We're going to fix this problem. We're going to turn this ship around. So instead of just focusing on the money stuff, instead of just focusing on more marketing, he focused on 4 important pieces that I want you to tune into. Number 1, he focused on the pizza itself. Said we've got to have a good problem that solves, a good pizza that solves a problem, something they really, really want. So sometimes we got to look internally first. Number 2, he says, I've got to have the right people. It's like having a sales team that's helping you sell your product, right? The product is good, just need a team. Number 3, he says, we're going to focus on our sales message. How are we presenting ourselves to the world? Now, isn't this amazing, by the way? So he called it the 100-day plan, and it worked. They made better pizza. They changed the way they talked about it. They changed their sales message. They trained the team not only to worry about people that's at the mall, but even outside. And they gave it a whole fresh new look. Man, what a change. What's my big takeaway for you? My big takeaway for you is, as a CEO, number 1, you must have a one-page CEO sales plan. He called it a 100-day plan. We call it a one-page CEO sales plan. Number 2, you have to have a smart sales system that's woven inside of the sales funnel with the strategy. Now, yes, pizza solves the problem. People are hungry, but you got to have a sales message with it. So 2 takeaways. Number 1, smart sales system. Number 2, sales message that focuses on the sales funnel. You do that, and just like Sbarro's, they're still in business, by the way, you will see your sales go up, 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 and away. With that being said, by the way, my name is Shay Brown. Welcome to the CEO Sales Huddle. I will be your host, and it's an honor and a privilege to share this time with you, by the way. One of the things I like to share every single morning we get started is our personal mantra. And our mantra is, if you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. And it's important to say why. It's because sales is the oxygen for every great business in history. And without sales, there's always more money going out than there is coming in. Take a moment. It's going to sound silly, but it's so true. Repeat these words after me. If you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. And at least subscribe for your sales department to the philosophy that sales is the oxygen for every great business in history. Now, as the CEO, we have a pledge that we give to the sales department. And that's, we're going to learn, we're going to earn, and we're going to return. Our responsibility as a CEO, and it's not a new idea, but speaking as a chief sales officer here, all we ask of you, the CEO, and that's when we have this meeting, is to do 3 things. Provide the sales people to the sales department, the sales processes to the sales department, and the sales resources in the sales department in order to help out. So what's our pledge every single morning? Our pledge is, you can repeat after me, I have to learn something new. Now, just say this. I know it's going to sound hokey dokey. In order to earn new revenue from current clients, in order to get new and old clients to return. So I must learn, I must earn, and I must return. Doesn't that sound pretty cool, by the way? So what are our objectives? Why do you show up? As a CEO, it's all about sales progress. It's about every day making a little bit of progress, and sometimes there's a big, huge switch, and it happens. And number 2 is address any roadblocks. We just talked about a whole case study. And we do this every single morning. And in the case study, there's roadblocks, there's challenges. You know what solved the challenge? It's sales, the ability to change. So what are the 3 sales systems that every CEO must know, 5 sales pillars that every CEO must know in order to be successful? Number 1, you must have a CEO sales plan. Pillar number 2 is you must understand your CEO sales cycle. Pillar number 3 is you must have a sales message. Pillar number 4, understand your CEO sales dashboard, which we're going to talk about in great detail in a moment. And number 5, sales pillar, you must have a 1-page CEO sales plan. I mean, a 7-figure sales team. Now, for those folks that are tuning in that haven't downloaded your CEO sales dashboard, as you can see, we're going to do a whole segment on that. I can't wait till we do that. Go over right now. Like, slow down, open up a browser, and type in www.ceosalesdashboard.com. We're going to spend some time going over that. And for everyone else that's tuning in, if you're on one of the streaming platforms and you can look right below the video, put hashtag I'm here. I respond to everyone. I love to connect. You, like right now, you can see me, but I can't see you, right? If you're watching the replay, now, many of you watch the replay. Maybe you downloaded the podcast. Maybe you're streaming on demand right now. Maybe like right now we're in someone's a conference room, a break room, and this is planned. You can go ahead and put hashtag replay. Hashtag replay. When you hit hashtag replay, that means you're in the conversation. Spending 15 minutes to focus on your sales and for your sales department, whether you're a sales leader, many of you are, sales director, many of you are CEOs, and you're in charge of the entire sales department as you're watching this right now. Man, it's so cool to be here with you. So exciting. I mean, I love doing this. I couldn't think of a better place to be than right here. What's the purpose of the CEO Sales Huddle? Well, it's a place where CEOs gather to understand how to sell more faster with less effort. And here's the cool part. We only ask for 15 minutes a day because we have a big why. And our why is about sales growth. It's about sales accountability. And it's about sales consistency. And when you go back and you look at the numbers, and we're going to do that in a minute. Like, hopefully you're going to be here in a few seconds here. We're going to go to the CEO sales dashboard. You're going to take a look at how you're performing, and you'll allocate the resources. You as the CEO will focus on the processes, and that's going to shift. But we only ask for 15 minutes a day. Why? Because there's 1,440 minutes in every day. Never 1,441, by the way. So in these minutes that we have, this precious time that we have, we spend 15 minutes having a sales conversation. Every CEO I know, they have 2 conversations a day, I believe. Number 1, a conversation about the sales. What's going on with sales? Okay, so you have a sales meeting. For some of you, this is your sales meeting. And thanks for having us here, by the way. And the other one is something that's so pressing to the company that, well, if they don't address it, the company could go under. I mean, that's the seriousness of the conversation that we're having right now. So the CEO sales dashboard, what is our number 1 goal? Our number 1 goal is $100,000 a month plus. Now, remember, this is over and beyond whatever you're earning today. That being in this conversation, you generate revenue that takes you $100,000 plus over and beyond what you're earning today on a consistent, predictable, reliable way. And here's the good news. People will pay you today if you help them solve a problem today. So we're only asking really that you're in the problem-solving business. Now, the question always comes up, say, how do I get to $100,000 a month? Like, what am I even looking at? What am I measuring? And there was a challenge. The number 1 challenge folks says is, how do I get there? And I said, well, the answer is a CEO sales dashboard. The answer is not a new idea, but it works. So please don't go hokey dokey. This is so true. What gets measured gets managed. What gets managed, it happens to get better. And isn't that encouraging? Isn't that a good place to be right now as you're listening, as you're following along with me right now, even as we're having this type of conversation? The answer is absolutely yes. So there's 5. We created it. We worked with our clients over the years. It's created the biggest success. And that was leads, appointments, offers, deals, and repeat business. 5 categories. Now, right now, you can open up the CEO Sales Dashboard. If you don't have it, go over to www.ceosalesdashboard.com. Download it now. Like right now, download it. I'm going to open it up because I love doing this. It's one of my favorite things to do because it gives us some perspective. It gives us exactly where we are. Sales is the only department that gets measured on a daily basis. Right. So we got a spreadsheet. You can customize this, enter in your products if you want. You can do that. There's no cost. Go across to the top. Some of you, your assistant already did this. Some of you did this yesterday. Some of you are doing it while we're speaking right now. And go to today's date and then come down. There's leads, there's appointments, there's offers, there's deals, and there's repeat business. Let's anchor if we can, and let's look at offers. And an offer means that you ask someone, would they take a step? Would they make the purchase? Would they give you the credit card? Would they sign the contract? The offer is made. So when you look at yesterday, and if you didn't have any appointments, you probably didn't make any offers, right? If there was no leads coming in the last couple of days, there was probably no offers being made. But offers is very, very important. Now, we're going to anchor it in right now. I want you to do this. Even as we're doing, and let's go and let's take a look at offers and break that down. Now we can look at any areas, but look at yesterday. How many offers were made yesterday? Then how many offers were made the day before? And then how many offers were made 2 days ago? So let's peel the onion. Maybe another day we'll look at deals and appointments. But right now, for many of you, is the CEO of the company. How many offers were made yesterday? Maybe if you get credit cards, did they ask for the deal? How many offers were sent yesterday where you asked for, I don't know, maybe to sign a contract? And then here's one that I used to never really follow, but I do now, and it's made a big difference for us. And that is, you made an offer to take the next step. And maybe the next step was to send the contract. Maybe the next step was to review the contract once they get it. But you made an offer to take the next step. Now, you're at different places. Some of you are in different industries. Some of you have different experiences. I get it. But the core is still the core. It hasn't changed. And that is, you got to make the offer. One offer can shift the entire business on a consistent basis, solving a problem. You only need one. Isn't that so cool? Isn't that so incredible? All right, then the next step that we do after we take a look at the CEO sales dashboard, to me, I think is one of the coolest things that we do as a company. It's really we celebrate some wins. So we're not going to step back and say everything is bad. We're going to celebrate wins. You might say, Shay, why are we doing that? Because powerful people ask powerful questions, and you're a powerful CEO. Why? Because questions steer focus, and in this life, you get exactly what you focus on. So let's ask ourselves 3 questions if we can. Question number 1, what are you most proud of? Yeah, in the sales department. Number 2, what was your biggest accomplishment yesterday in the sales department? Yes. And what's the one thing you want to brag about? You just want to come on here right now and say, Shay, I got to tell you what happened yesterday. It was so incredible. It was amazing. You just want to brag on the sales department. Isn't that kind of cool? Isn't that a great place to be? But we don't stop there. We're going to now go look at the other side. And we're going to look at overcoming hurdles, because there's some challenges. Powerful people ask powerful questions because questions steer focus. And in this life, you get what you focus on. So every day is not rainbows, cupcakes, and unicorns. There's some challenges out there. We recognize that. So let's go and ask ourselves 3 questions here. Number 1, what are you most proud of? What was your biggest roadblock yesterday in the sales department? What's preventing you today from moving forward in the sales department? And last, what's the one thing that you can change, that if you could do it, you could focus on it, it could get done today, you take that step, it would just shift your whole business? And go ahead and write that down right now and make a decision that you're going to do it. See, there is taking action, and there is always progress. But it's not just about all the movement that goes on. So my message to you today is, do we have movement or do we have progress? And let me tell you the difference of the two. Movement means you're out there doing something every day. So maybe every day, if it's diet, you're drinking water. But there's no progress in where you are, by the way. Maybe you're showing up for this every day and you're like, I'm not really doing a CEO sales dashboard, but I want to acknowledge you because you're here. You showed up. You're taking action. It's not a bad thing, but you're in this conversation. So there's movement. The progress might be for you. You take the next step and you download the CEO sales dashboard. Maybe that's a little bit of progress. So do we have movement or do we have progress? I'm going to encourage you to keep taking action. Keep taking action. Keep taking action, because when you focus on the right activities, you will get the right results. With that being said, my name, by the way, is Shay Brown, the host of the CEO Sales Huddle. It's been an honor and a privilege to serve you. I want you to know that you're incredible. As you're watching right now, you're an amazing CEO, by the way. You're a special CEO, and you're someone that's making a difference in the world. And I believe as you're watching right now, you're going to impact lives, change the way we do things in humanity, and at the end of the day, leave your mark. With that being said, God bless. Keep doing God's work. We out of here. Until the next CEO Sales Huddle. Peace.